What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Crypto Shop with T. Hobbs. And of course, I got my man Jay Seals in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good? Hopefully I don't rug today. My internet's been trash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a Crypto Shop, a T. Gobs.
It's probably that rig, man.
I was doing some illegal activity on here, so it might have messed my computer up. I'm gonna have to find something to clean it up. Hey, I know y'all know. Let me know the software to clean up your computer so I can get that.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, welcome everybody to the Crypto Shop, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by and giving us a little bit of your time today. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to tip the barber on your way in, aka hit the like and subscribe button, turn the notification bells on so you get notified every time we go live and or put out videos. That being said, go ahead and drop a comment down below or in the comment section if it's your first time here. Let us know city and state where you are from and where you are repping today. That being said, we got a lot to get into today. We got a jam-packed show. We got to discuss the market movement as we usually do. Take a look at the Ethereum and Bitcoin and see how they're holding up with this downward pressure on the markets. We got some pretty interesting information to share with you guys right before the show started. In the last hour of trading, it kind of basically tanked the markets after a pretty good day of trading today, which was absolutely crazy. We got to talk about BAYC and them being investigated by the SEC. We got to talk about Coinbase, Google partnerships. We got some other stories to discuss. And then we want to get into a really interesting video that me and Justin were paying attention to, which I don't even know where that video went. I literally had it pulled up, but I'll find the video.
I know where to find it.
Yeah, I think I dropped it in the Discord anyway. So, but anyway, before we get into that, let's talk to the people and as well figure out how Justin's night went last night watching some Monday Night Football. What's up, brother?
Yeah, man, it's a Victory Tuesday, but not for my team, for my fantasy team. So I know Vern's probably playing marbles right now, but I kicked your ass, Vern. That's right, I won. I'm coming for whoever my next opponent is, so you might as well be ready because I'm coming for you. I'm number one in the league right now. Number one for now. So you're
the number one in your division. I'm number one in my division.
I'm number one overall because I got the best record. So there's that. But Hobbs doesn't like to give me nothing, so we'll see. But right now I'm doing pretty well. I just want to align myself to potentially win some money in fantasy. That's all I really care about. I gotta win all of it, but just at least get my money back. So
look, at this rate,
it was a great game.
At this rate, one ETH might be worth $200. We'll see.
You ain't lying, but I mean, hey, one ETH might be worth $200, but
it's still one ETH.
It's gonna be worth something eventually.
That being said, man, my night was crazy. I had a late night Twitter space with Banana Task Force 8, jam-packed Twitter space, over 200 people tuned in. If you ever had a chance to go check that Twitter space out, it's linked to the top of the BTFA Twitter page. Very, very bullish space. Got to meet a lot of people in the NFT Web3 community. Got to meet a lot of people in DeFi. It was just a really cool vibe in there. Web3 is different. I'll say that. Web3 is I would say Web3 is more drama-free, right? If I'm being honest. I feel like with the NFT world and the Web3 world that we're trying to branch off into with our NFT collection, I feel like they're really more welcoming. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the drama side of it. I'm just going to say that I just felt really comfortable in there. So it was super cool. Shout out to anybody that's watching from that space, man. I really enjoyed meeting you guys. I actually trying to set up a couple interviews to get some of them on here to discuss Web3. It's kind of like one of my new ventures, kind of branching off into from DeFi to crypto to stocks and now kind of Web3, just kind of always expanding, always trying to build that growth. So let's get right into these comments real quick and then we'll get into the show. So Jonathan Foe says, what's up? What's going on, Jonathan? Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Appreciate you, man. Always number one over here. That's like 5 days in a row, John. Timsky says, loving this red day sales, LFG. It didn't start off that way, Timsky. It didn't start off that way. PS5 says, Crypto Shop, Justin, want to personally thank Jay Seals for his tweet today. It made me feel strong and gave me hope. Market putting me down. Other than that, DCA, thank you. Hey, thank you so much, man. I don't know what you put out, but yeah, Justin be spitting some knowledge over here on his Twitter page, man. I be watching it like, man, I could have said that. Then I be thinking, you know what? I could just I could just make a tweet off of his tweet and nobody would know where it came from.
That is 100% true. I mean, I'm not known at all on Twitter.
So. We got Justin L. Cat in the building. Said, "What's up? What's going on, man?" He said, "I need to know who gifted me this raggedy ass barber chair." I'm sorry, man. But it will get better. That's all I can tell you. Dillinger Dave said, "What's up, fam? What's going on, Dillinger Dave in the building?" We got Eddie Teets said, "What up? Smash the like button and sub. Appreciate you, man." Cortez says, "How y'all doing, Crypto Shop fam? Man, we holding it down. Crypto Shop is in the house with T Hobbs and Justin. Thank you. Tristal LW says, "Afternoon Shop. Excited about all this news. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Thank you. Timsky says, "XRP CEO just dropped time frame. What the fuck?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The funny thing is, Timsky, we was watching it. We saw XRP kind of tanked. Not tanked. I mean, it came down about 3 cents from its high, right? And I was like, "What's going on?" And then sure enough, Watcher Guru put out that he said that they expect the case to be closed in the first quarter of quarter 3, which for day traders that were trading it, waiting for the pump, their catalyst was most likely the SEC filing, right? So you can expect it to run up closer to quarter 1, right? So look out to fill your bags on the dip. That's all I can tell you. What's good, fam? Says Bo. What's up, man? Ink in the building says, "What's up, family? What's up, brother?" Legal Alien in the building says, "What's up, Shop peeps? What's going on, brother?" C-Boy in the building says, "What's up, Crypto Shop family? What's up? I see you, Mafia. Let's go." Good afternoon, says Annie Rock. What's going on, Annie Rock? Willard Moore says, "What's up, everybody? What's going on, man?" Boca G says, "Happy day, fellas." The Sushi Swap CEO. Oh, what up? All right, we got family in the building. Appreciate you guys. Buffalo, not for long, Judge. Hey, Buffalo looking good out there.
Just wait till next weekend. I'm either going to be in here on Monday, either super, super hyped or super, super down.
Yeah,
we're
right.
going to see.
Jonathan says, "Twitter Spaces is all I did yesterday." Yeah, yesterday was jam-packed with Twitter Spaces and just things to do. I actually spent about an hour and a half teaching my son algebra. He's in the 7th grade now. 7th grade, yeah, 7th grade, and he's in like all these advanced math classes. So they're teaching him like 8th grade math, and it's one of the first times he's been really challenged in math. He's always been like excelling in that area. So like me being the mathematician I am, I had to walk him through. They're doing variables and stuff like that. So simple stuff, but it was still fun. What up, Ink? Smash that likes. Let's go, BD. What up, BTFA Shop fam? What's going on, John Roddy? Tip the barber. Smash the like button. Hobbs and Justin, any idea if Bear on CPI will the red candle go 17K, then consolidate? Not financial advice. I mean, look, man. We talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum pretty much every day on the shop. The thing is, as long as we're in that zone that we talked about, which we'll go over here in a little bit, as long as we don't break out of that zone, I think that zone ends at about 18.3, somewhere around there. Basically, if we come down below 18,000, look out below. So 15 haters need to hit the like and subscribe. John always called them haters. Eddie T. What's up, JR? John is in the house. What up? Thank you for dropping the Patreon. I appreciate you. Yep, shout out to all the Discord members out there, man. What up, Ink and Eddie? Oh, how about them Cowboys, right?
Nah.
Forgot to say that yesterday. Yeah, they looking all right, but we already know, man. Cowboys live to disappoint. So Bill's game plan for this weekend's game is practicing coin tosses to make sure they win.
I've always got jokes, but I mean, you're not wrong. But it's a 50-50. You can't win them all,
Chris took her meds, so no more drama, toxic Twitter spaces. Nah, she got suspended. It was a whole bunch of suspensions today. Freaking she got suspended or taken down. I think Faltron's account got taken down. I heard Ponzi Slayer's account got taken down. It was like Twitter was on a rampage today, aka the Saitama community was like, Saitama, stand up, go get him. What she did was classic. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Snitches get stitches. Dillinger Dave in the building says there has been reports of a possible McCaffrey trade to the Bills. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were.
Justin says, I won both my fantasy football leagues within 1 point. One was 0.15 difference. Praise to Justin Tucker had his golden leg, right? My kicker absolutely S the bed this weekend.
Oh, yeah, Young Hoku.
Yeah, Young Hoku literally got 0 points this weekend.
I saw that.
He made his extra point and missed his field goal, which took my point away from my extra point. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Eagles looking good, too. This is our year for real this time.
Wait. Before you go on, Ink, every Cowboys fan every year says this our year. Y'all gonna have to stop. Every year y'all say that.
I just ignore it. I love you as BTFA family member, but it is what it is.
Whatever, whatever. Go away.
49ers all the way, man. Stop. All right, realistic teams we know. 49ers and Cowboys, they're not going anywhere.
They got Jimmy G, and you know he was with an adult film star, so you never know what can happen.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's get into this market, man. Look, guys, the market looks red today overall from the stock market heat map, but it didn't really start off this way, right? If you look at the SPY over here, right, this was a grand day to be a trader. Shout out to all of my day traders in the Discord, man, that are learning to play options and doing it well. That's an old rap, but you didn't get it then. So what? Anyway,
we got it.
I was actually doing a revamp on the trade that I took today. It was an absolute outstanding trade, but just overall on the day, the market was literally in perfect day trader setup mode. I don't know why. The guys shined on us today and gave us excellent stock price movement, but it did. We had a great sell-off this morning after a gap down in pre-market. We sold off even further down, obviously in preparation for this FOMC meeting minutes. Once we hit this 355 level, we got a nice big pump. Now, anybody that knows anything about these EMAs and the crossovers and all that other type of stuff, you can see that these were some really great entries. Of course, I was out with the wife. I missed my entry. So I came back home and I looked and I said, oh, this thing is pumping. I want to get in, but I didn't get in on this. I was waiting for a pullback. Now, this particular pattern right here is called a falling wedge pattern. Shout out to all my Discord members. You guys should be well versed in this particular pattern right here. Falling wedge pattern mixed with this double bottom pattern here and here. This was my entry point right here. I wrote it up to about here. Got some good profits out of the deal, got out. But then I turned around and missed this incredible move to the downside right here, which was absolutely insane. But this was a news catalyst move, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. I think Justin has that story. But basically, as soon as there was that breaking news story, and when I say breaking, it really wasn't on any sites. We actually ended up going to Bloomberg live feed on YouTube to actually get the full story. We heard about it through a member in the Discord. We went over to Bloomberg, started watching the full story. And as we were watching the story, we were watching the complete retracement. I wouldn't even say retracement, the complete reversal of the entire stock market. So if you're wondering, this right here, this movement, I thought we were just getting ready to kind of sell off into the close and then consolidate out. But because we got that extra negative catalyst, we literally jumped all the way down. And, you know, looking at this movement here, this was also a perfect double top pattern right here that played out from here to here. So if you were playing this move right here to the downside, you got in, you were a happy camper on the way down. But again, like I said, perfect setups all day. Double bottom pattern formed here. And then on the way out, you could have scalped the SPY on the way out as well. If you have no idea what I'm talking about at all, and you don't speak any of the language that I'm talking about right here, if you're interested, we have a Discord, a private Discord where it's $35 a month. We'll teach you the basics of technical analysis, and we'll teach you how to trade options so you too can make money on the way up and on the way down as the market goes through its ebbs and flows. Definitely check out the Discord. It's not super expensive. We priced it pretty well, in my opinion, for everything we offer in there. So that being said, if we take a look over here to BTC and Ethereum, it's pretty much the same story that we've been talking about. Did we get some movement to the downside? Yes, absolutely. Did we get the equivalent of this particular candle to the downside? No, not in my opinion, right? As long as we're still trading in this zone right here, again, I fully expect for us to go down, but we're staying pretty stable, which is absolutely surprising in my opinion. I don't know if maybe, the market is getting ready to, get some injection of liquidity in here from big banks because they tired of dealing with the inflation situation. I don't know. But if there's anything that could drive big money over here, it's a poor execution of the Fed. And right now, that sentiment is starting to spread around markets, not just the US market, but the global market. The global market is looking at things like, look, if you keep raising rate hikes like this at this level, you're going to kill the economy. And the rest of the global economy doesn't really like that because we're all kind of tied together, which we're going to get into when we tell you about this news right here, because this news had nothing to do with the US. It had everything to do with the global market. So that being said, those are my thoughts on the market. Justin, what'd you say, bro?
I agree. Like this trading, if you're a day trader and you're trying to not hold overnight, this is exactly what you want. Like, you want the market to run one way, and then you want it to run the other way, so you can play both ways. Like, this was a perfect day trading day, and honestly, this was one of those days where we went somewhere, but we really ain't go nowhere, right? Like, we came up, then we came back down, and then we finished the day right around where we opened up at, right? So it was a perfect day, honestly. If you're playing options, futures, doesn't matter what, there was plenty of money to be made there. In crypto, not so much, right? And this is the reason why we keep hounding the Discord so much, because in times like these, you could be learning to make money across the fence and be loading the boat for when crypto does start to turn around, right? Because right now, let's be honest, nobody's making money in crypto. And I think that's part of the reason why crypto has been so drama-filled lately, because people don't have nothing better to do but to complain about being down X amount and being down X amount. But you go to the stock market, yeah, the stocks are down just like crypto. But you best believe that, option traders, future traders, they're eating all the time. It doesn't matter which way the market is going. And you can do it on ETH and you can do it on Bitcoin too. Although this story that we're going to play has a little interesting fact about doing it on Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I'm not gonna get too far ahead of myself.
Oh, send it to me in the private chat too if you got it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. I think I might have X'd out of it on accident.
Yeah, well, you can just go to the
top
I
can. Okay,
hit, like your recents or your history.
I don't know if I want to hit my history on here.
Bro, what?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, who? Oh, wait, no, I know who Bose Bailey is. Never mind. I was like, wait, who Bose Bailey? Nah.
who that be? Who that be?
But so if y'all, before I get into what went on in the market and why we tanked, go ahead and let's get into these comments, Mr. Hobbs.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Sorry, I was trying to set this video up for later that we'll go into. All right, so let's get into these comments.
You want me to go into the comments while you set the video up?
No, I got it. Okay. I'm good. I know where it's at, so I ain't worried about it. Cowboys defense is legit. Yeah, they are, but they ain't gonna go nowhere, man. Come on now, y'all know this, right? They know what's up. They like white noise at this point. Exactly. Texas got their first win. Better watch out. Here we come. We want those Cowboy fans to reach peak height before they get bounced around one of the playoffs, right? Whoa, BAYC is under investigation. Where do we buy our Nas, our German heritage heirlooms? Oh, damn, please. Damn. Luke Benson says Cowboys offense is going to have to look better after Dak gets back for me to get hype on the Cowboys this year. Facts. Kathy Woods' letter. Yeah, Kathy Woods went in on her letter. I went over the whole thing. It was crazy. So what's up, family? What's going on, Modi Khan, man? Shout out to Modi Khan, man. One of the kindest whales in the BTFA community, man. The dude is always working hard behind the scenes. I've had multiple conversations offline with him, and believe me, he is very, very bullish on BTFA, just like myself. And he's definitely about building this community. So shout out to Modi Khan. I appreciate you stopping by the shop, man.
Oh man, I forgot. But before you go on, I meant to say you already read it. I wasn't paying attention, but hey, Pop, I was actually at that game, and yeah, I wish I had 3 hours of my life back, because the Texans-Jacksonville game was the most boring game I've ever watched live. So
facts.
Yeah,
I told you not to go. Ape is below $5. Maybe the SEC investigating them will give an even better entry for it.
If it was zero.
Look, when they announce stuff like that, that's a no-go for me. Right, I like swing trading, Ape. I do. I think it's a very good swing trade, but I think when you add in negative catalysts like an SEC investigation, that's a problem. So we don't know what they're investigating them for. Well, we kind of do, and we'll go into that later. The amount of days I've seen BTC at 19K is like the amount of ants I see in my yard. Jeez, I know, right? Like, if you look at this day chart, this thing is ridiculous. That's why I was telling Justin, like, dude, we've been here for months. Yeah. So gotta back my boy Mahomes, fellow alumni. Let's go, Reed. BAYC Oktoberfest NFT. Justin, bro, how could you think that was a good idea?
They were free tickets. Why would I not go? It was free.
Why do all the devs have a baby named Adolf? I'm so dumb.
What?
The BAYC devs. Why do they all have babies named Adolf?
Wait. Do they really? Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with that.
Yeah, even if they do, like, that's hilarious, but it's believed. So I take nothing Bleeze says seriously. I take it all with a grain of salt. And then shout out to my man Bleeze. Him and Rodney got a a debate going on tonight. I think I might tune in if I'm not too busy. I got a lot of things lined up for tonight. But
they got a debate?
Yeah, they got a Saitama debate lined up at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Him and Rodney are gonna go back to back. You know, Bleaves is
Wait. Bleaves, are you gonna defend Saitama? Is that your position?
Thing? And that's the thing about Bleaves though. Like Bleaves isn't pro Saitama or anti Saitama. He's more like objectively speaking about Saitama. But I feel like if I had to pick a side, I feel like he's more pro the movement of Saitama. But we'll find out. We know where Rodney stands. I can tell you that right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're gonna debate and we know Rodney is gonna be against Saitama, Bleaves naturally has to be with them, right? I mean,
still a gamble on Jaguars versus Texans. Man, I wouldn't have went to that damn game.
Why
are their favorite Star Wars characters all stormtroopers? You know what I'm saying?
Why are the favorite?
Can't be worse than Broncos versus Colts. All the BAYC 8s have squared heads. Man, listen, guys. I didn't cover this, but if you want to see somebody really cover it, Rodney did a really good job of covering the BAYC story. He basically played it. We talked about it, obviously, but I'm trying to steer away from the drama, right? I truly am. I feel like that's one
drama. I feel that's one drama thing though that I was okay with getting involved in.
Yeah. Bleach says, I'm going to be the objective person in the room. Yeah. Which I mean, in a sense, you almost have to be the positive or the pro Saitama person in the room when you go in a room and have a debate with Rodney. Because if you're going to be negative Saitama, right, with Rodney, it's just like a no-go. Like, it's really you just talking about the project at that point. Bro Price is the fodder of the year because their Twitter space wrecked a lot of people who are still invested in Saitama. Man, that Twitter space didn't wreck Saitama. If you look at the chart barely even moved other than the mini pump it had, only the dump 12E. The Saitama wrecked Saitama. Buffalo Bills go win the Super Bowl hands down.
That's what I'm talking about, Bo. That's what I'm talking about.
Got to tell folks about BAYC. Yeah, you did, bro. You did.
Don't be a hater.
We talked about it in depth. So, Justin, you want to pull up your story as to why the market tanked the way it did in the after hours, or not in the after hours, in the end of the day trading. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what happened, y'all. Firefighting Bank of England forced to buy inflation-linked bonds. So the Bank of England sought again to stem a sharp sell-off of Britain's £2.1 trillion government bond markets on Tuesday, expanding its emergency buying to inflation-linked debt, citing a material risk that financial stability after pension firms were hit by the turmoil. The Bank of England split its program to buy up £10 billion of British gilts.
Yeah, it's like
day.
bond.
Yeah, that's so weird. But when they just call it bonds, whatever. Yeah. Each day to include up to £5 billion of index-linked bonds. So pretty much, I think they said they had like 3 days to buy all this up, or basically they wouldn't be able to come back from the turmoil economically. Mm-hmm. So they basically started buying them back, and not only did it tank their markets, but it tanked our markets too, as you saw earlier. And one thing that's interesting too is on Twitter, Squawkbox, which if you guys aren't following Squawkbox, and I think I lost it. I had it up.
Is it
if you guys
First
aren't
Squawk
following
or Squawkbox?
Or First Squawk, sorry. If you guys aren't following First Squawk, you really should, because they get a lot of news and they get a lot of it, I feel like, not early, but like right by the second that it comes out. I don't know what they use to get their news, but they get it very, very quickly. And they said, where is it? Okay, so Bank of England quantitative tightening likely to be delayed until later this year. So that is going to be interesting, because just like France isn't doing any quantitative tightening, now we're seeing Bank of England having to not do it because they're forced to buy back these bonds first before they can. So it's going to be interesting on the market. The other thing that they also posted is that the NASDAQ was down about 1.1%. The S&P closed down 24 points, or 0.68%. And then the Dow Jones closed down 0.09 points, or 27.18 points. So everything was down today after a great run up, but the Bank of England basically tanked the market, including the crypto market. So yeah. Drama is not my middle name. Shut up, Pop.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like when you get news like this, like it turns markets as we saw today. Will it be a continuation? We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But we got our own issues that we got to deal with tomorrow, as well as on Thursday. Wednesday we have FOMC meeting minutes that come out tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern time. So right before the market closes, we're gonna get those minutes, and I guarantee we're gonna get some type of reaction from the market. And if that doesn't do it, if that doesn't happen, then Thursday, right before the market opens, you're getting more information, which is going to be the CPI data, the inflation data, all of that core CPI, everything that we need to know about the markets, we're going to get by Thursday. So, like I said yesterday, strap in. We're going to be in for a little bit of a turbulence this week. That is guaranteed. All right. So,
yeah, wait. Before you go into the BAYC story,
I was going to go to the comments.
Oh, well, there's only like 4 or 5 comments. So real fast, I have one real fast story I didn't tell you about, but I want to get your take. So, and I'm sure that chat will find this interesting. So,
what's that line in my damn camera? Did I scratch my camera?
I don't think anybody sees that line but you.
It's weird.
That is weird.
It's a balloon.
Oh, because your brother basically.
No, these are the balloons I got my wife for her birthday.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well, if you guys haven't heard, Meta is releasing a new virtual reality headset. But this virtual reality headset is mixing the real world and the virtual world together, which is pretty dope. So Meta unveiled its Quest Pro virtual and mixed reality headsets on Tuesday, marking a milestone for Mark Zuckerberg's break into high-end market for extended reality computing devices. The headset's going to cost $1,500, so it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to offer consumers a way to interact with the virtual creations overlaid into a full color view of the physical world around them. What I think about this is I think about the Google glasses. I don't know if the Google glasses are even out, but I've seen like the trailers for them, and basically, you put the glasses on and then you can interact with the real world. It can have, different stats about people or whatever, but this is basically Meta's version of that. The launch is important for Zuckerberg, who last year announced the plans for the device, then called Project Cambry. At the same time, he changed the company's name from Facebook to Meta, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all this other stuff isn't really that big of a deal. But yeah, basically this is, right now, I feel like they're mixing the virtual with the reality.
Exactly.
Yeah, like this is really what's coming. And think about the metaverse. I mean, you could be walking around in the metaverse, but like physical, almost like with MetaMonkey AI and the Meta Mall, right? They could buy a legit mall, but then you have to go to it, have your Meta glasses on, and then you can shop in the Meta Mall, but at a real, actual, physical location of a mall.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
For me, yeah, this just represents like more and more adoption, or more and more ways to adopt the metaverse in Web3, right? This is where NFTs start to play a factor. This is where the metaverse starts to play a factor. And obviously, cryptocurrency is going to follow all of that, right? It's not just going to be payments with cash, because people don't want to use cash. At least the people that are in the metaverse now and understand it, that are early in the early crypto adopters are going to realize the importance of using crypto within the metaverse. So I feel like that is just another telltale sign. I ain't paying no $1,500, but that's just another telltale sign that we're getting closer and closer to that adoption. And just stand by, because I got a video that's going to further clarify that we're getting closer and closer to that adoption. So the Twitter space was disappointing because the wife showed no loyalty to keep that man crap inside your home. Yeah, I mean, Crypto Vern, I went over it a couple of days ago, man. I'm not even going to revisit that shit. I genuinely don't even want to talk about it.
Saitama V3. Did you enjoy that L, Bird?
Saitama V3 may get a good pump. Yeah, okay. I don't even think it's
not even
out.
tradable.
Yeah, I don't even think it's tradable anymore. Pretty sure they rugged it and then they moved on to a different project, like Pirate something or something like that. I don't
remember what it was, but you're right.
Yeah, Vern, Chris was wrong for airing Russ shit. She took the dirty Saitama money and spent it up till he upgraded with her best friend Chris's ultimate cock blocker. Wow.
You know, I don't understand. I just don't understand why they were saying that like she allowed it to happen. Like I didn't get that part. That part blows my mind. Like she just allowed for her husband to be with another woman. Like, I don't think that's how it worked. But yeah, whatever. I digress. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. Isn't Tuesday red shirt day, Hobbs? No, I don't have a red shirt day unless I'm pissed off.
Every day is red shirt day.
Your middle name is either Yep or Whiskey.
Where's Daniel? The W word came out.
All right. Hobbs' middle name is Yep, and Justin's middle name is Nope. A balloon. Yeah, I know. That was crazy. I didn't know what it was. Pennywise about to get Hobbs, right? Next thing with Meta, your account gets hacked and people really, really can take on your persona. Oh, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. What is that, AR and VR? I guess altered reality and virtual reality.
Yeah.
I was doing lines just like Russ and apparently shrooms too, balloons. Is it faster than Oculus 2? I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. For $1,500, it better be faster. They'll look just like us, right? John Wrighty, that video will be epic. Can't wait.
What video?
You talk about the Saitama information. Or wait, what video? I don't know what video John Wrighty talking about. Or they talking Pennywise about to get Hobbs. I don't know. Meta Monkey Mall won't be released till year 5000. Augmented is faster, I think, because it don't render a full hologram, just places things in real life. Example, Pokemon Go. I think that's what they were trying to say. Yeah. Virtual, you see no real world, just what's placed in game or etc. Interesting. She did. They were effing other people. Oh, they were effing other people. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, all right. What did you guys do to Daniel? Daniel hibernating with the bears? Nah, Daniel just be busy, man. He'd be busy. That would be a ghost in the shell at that point. I know. What do you think about H-Bar and Algorand? I haven't really looked into it, man. I'm not investing. Algorand is just a little bit too expensive for my blood. H-Bar I haven't really looked too much into.
Jonathan Pope, he don't know what Ghost in the Shell is. That went over his head. It's an anime.
Oh, yep.
It's like a futuristic anime.
Look. Yep.
Nope.
All right, so let's move on to our next story, ladies and gentlemen. So, BAYC, creator Yuga Labs faces investigation from the SEC. Now, this is absolute huge information, and nobody saw this coming. Not. Like, we already knew that this was coming. Like, there's been way too much information out there. And again, my stance was, we'll see. Obviously, the SEC announcing the investigation means the SEC has probably already been investigating them, right? So NFTs are not, the crazy part is they're not investigating for what you guys think they're investigating them for. So let's just read. NFTs are not in their best shape now. The whole hype seems to have worn off, which is evident in the notable drop in NFT sales on several NFT marketplaces, except for BTFA, including OpenSea. However, the scrutiny over NFTs doesn't seem to wear off as Yuga Labs faces an investigation from the SEC. BAYC, creator Yuga Labs, faces a probe from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, according to Bloomberg. The investigation is to inquire whether the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection violated federal law. Now, as we go ahead and continue reading, as per the details from the person familiar with the matter, the SEC is looking into the possibility of whether a few of the NFTs sold by Yuga Labs are similar to securities and whether they should follow similar rules. The SEC is also looking into how ApeCoin was distributed to owners of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and associated NFTs. The probe has not yet been made public, and the investigation doesn't prove that Yuga Labs has committed any misconduct. So just an investigation. We're just taking a look. Nothing to see here, guys. We're just taking a look. It's well known that the policymakers and regulators have sought to learn more about the novel world of Web3. We hope to partner with the rest of the industry and regulators to define and shape the burgeoning ecosystem why do you use these big words? As a leader in the space, Yuga is committed to fully cooperating with any inquiries along the way, Yuga said in a statement. The SEC is also looking into the possibility of whether ApeCoin is similar to a security. BAYC distributed Ape to the holders and also provided holders with a voice in their DAO. The regulators have increased the scrutiny of digital assets, crypto firms, and the whole crypto market in general. It is a part of a continuous efforts to ensure that the whole market and crypto firms follow the regulations. Now, I'm going to give my thoughts, and this is crazy. I really feel like the SEC granted, I know that we need regulation, and I know that they're going to be coming in here to regulate and change things up a little bit. However, I just find it extremely interesting how fast they can investigate or announce an investigation into BAYC, but not Nancy. Nancy clearly is doing some type of inside trading. You got me on echo over there, Justin?
No, you're in my headphones.
Oh, Nancy is clearly doing some type of inside trading, but you know, that ain't my business, so I ain't gonna speak on that. That being said, let's bring it back to BAYC. Now, them investigating BAYC on whether or not they're security or commodity or whatever it is, ultimately what they're gonna find is this. The same information they've been finding on all of these celebrities from the beginning, right? The biggest thing with the celebrities is a lot of these celebrities, as we watched in the video, right? A lot of these celebrities were gifted these NFTs as opposed to purchasing them, right? To pump the price of the NFTs, and it worked. Now, I don't know if that's illegal. I don't know if it is legal. I don't really care. Ultimately, what this says to me is if they investigate them just like they're investigating XRP and taking them to court and they win, guess what? It's a win-win for crypto. It puts us on more eyes, more radars. And if they don't find anything, good on them. Me personally, I was hoping that they were going to be investigating, or some other agency from the Alphabet gang would be investigating them for something else. This, to me, is kind of a sell-off for ApeCoin for no exact reason, in my opinion. But Justin, your thoughts?
I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Look, so there's another article. I'm not gonna pull it up. It's really short. It just basically says that the SEC is investigating Yuga Labs for the NFTs being closer to stocks than NFTs. And I really closer to stocks. It's literally, the way I look at it is it's artwork. In any auction place with artwork, you assign a value to it and you buy it and you sell it. Like, it's the same thing as a stock, but not though, because stocks are meh. Okay, I can see where they're going with this, but it still blows my mind. It doesn't make sense to me. Like,
blows my mind how fast they can investigate this, but not stocks.
But at what point are you gonna stop and classify this as something different? Like, NFTs are digital artwork compared to and it's assigned by the people. A stock, it's weighed differently because a stock is a company, and how the company performs is how people perceive the value. But with an NFT, it's like art. How the NFT performs is how people value the NFT itself, right? So to me, it's still different. And the SEC is trying to stick their nose into everything. It's like, bro, get out of get out of my house.
Somebody posted on Twitter. They was like, all right. Which one of y'all slept with one of the SEC's wife or something like that? I was like, yeah, true. That's how it feels. It's like now they just being, the probing bullies, right? Like Jonathan said, SEC are just trying to be bullies. Yeah, they want to everything. They want to stick their fingers into everything. Why? Because again, this video, you guys are gonna really like this video and I don't know if we're gonna play the second half of the video, but in the video they talk about the SEC basically coming out against crypto and then later announcing that they might be coming out, the Fed coming out with their own digital version of crypto. So it's just like, dude, do you want to regulate it, or do you just want to be the first to get it so you get a better price on it?
Nope. I think everybody's missing the point. It's all about this. It's all about money, right? Like, you sue them. No. But I mean, well, it's almost like I feel like it's almost like a hostile takeover.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna sue you, take all your money, and then we're gonna do what you do, but better because we have the government.
Now we got the government. Exactly. It's ridiculous. It's just like everything we talked about in regards to the prohibition days, right? Like when alcohol was illegal, it was bad, it was horrible, people looked down on it. But as soon as the government got a hold to it, all of a sudden it's the biggest industry, one of the biggest industries in the world, and they making all the money off the taxes. Same thing with weed. Look at marijuana now, right? Slowly it's becoming more and more legal, and people are getting out of jail. It's like, well, what are you going to give them for them spending all that time in jail for something that wasn't, like that shouldn't be illegal? But, same thing, tobacco, right? Cigarettes, one of the number one sellers out there. They weren't always legal until the government got their hands on it because they wanted the taxes. It's the same thing with crypto, man. Like, and honestly, it ain't really nothing we can do about it. You just got to roll with the punches and follow what the whales do, because ultimately, as retail investors, we can sit here and complain and whine about it, but you got to be able to play the game. And these dudes own the game. It's like you're at their game, you're at their poker game, and no matter what hand you have, you're gonna lose. But at least you can play a lesser hand and be second place. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. Oh, why you hating on Paul's bugging device? I mean, wife who's in Congress. My bad. Algo going to be in front and center when the World Cup begins with the partnership with FIFA. Okay, Vote will be there too. Yeah, them saying NFTs are close to stock proves it will take 10K years for government to create legislators to regulate crypto. And I mean, it's the market is too big, right? They're not going to be able to regulate everything all at once. But I'm just talking about being able to see. When I say regulation, at least we start to see what regulation looks like. Right now, until they regulate some of the top cryptos, we're not going to really see what regulation looks like. And they're going to start from the stable coins to the top cryptos, and then we'll get an idea of what it looks like. Right? I took out
about stable coins.
I took out of their view it is closer to stocks because how they rewarded their holders with tokens and how they could have made a lot of money if they sold after the huge initial run up. Yeah, I agree. SEC don't know what the hell they talking about. Petty as fuck. The SEC needs to say the crypto class for 20K from Russ. This is the problem with the government getting involved and knowing nothing about cryptocurrency. Now, there are some members. I'm telling you, wait till I show you guys this video. We're gonna get into this video after we go over the Coinbase news, and then we'll jump into the video. That was bullies though, Debo. I know, right? Of course, the government has gotten too big and want to dip their hands in every way possible to make even more money to blow it on stupid shit like create inflation, right? I get we need regulations, which brings more money. However, look at the political shit show we have in the U.S. Oh, listen, crypto's not going to be immune to that, because once they get their hands in it, you best believe it's going to be a political shit show. Because watch how many candidates in the next year or so, when we get the presidential candidacy, watch how many of them start promising you crypto adoption. Watch. In some form or fashion, watch how many of them start promising you crypto adoption. Just watch.
You think so?
Yep, I think so. I think it'll be the easiest way to get votes, in my opinion. And I think they smell it. They can smell it. So I think that they'll
I don't think so, bro.
Well, I mean, nobody knows. Like, it doesn't. You don't think so? I think so, but it's just an opinion, right? It's
100%.
Not wrong or right? So it's just, in my opinion, I think that they'll start discussing it. In my opinion, I think that they'll start using it as a political way to get votes.
A bargaining chip.
A bargaining chip, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't.
It's gonna be a lie. I don't think they'll actually do it, but
it's not. I think crypto is too small for that still. I think it's too small for that still.
I don't think so. I think it may be small, but I think that I just feel like from a social standpoint, which is, I mean, politics are politics, right? It's like social media all over again, right? From a social standpoint, it's a way to win over more and more votes, right? I'm not saying that they come out and have speeches about it and they make it the focal point of their speech, but it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever to have them mention it as a part of their campaign.
Maybe.
Like, how they got those checkpoints on their campaign. I wouldn't be surprised if crypto's on that list. You know what I mean?
It could be. I just don't see it yet.
Yeah, that's all good. Masquerading as crypto and NFTs, in my opinion. Yeah. The market is the ocean and it's blood red right now. Yeah, it is. Is a Web3 crypto stock play, chart down, obviously, but check it out. Winder, WNDR. Thanks, John. They will for sure, Hobbs. That's what I think. SEC should just investigate Saitama, right? Who says they're not, right? DeSantis 2024 NFT, boy. Hobbs is right, Justin. They don't have anything to us at this point. Dinosaurs, Saitama broke, so it's a waste of time, boy. Dang, Justin, you took Hobbs down from his crypto adoption cloud too quick, right? I don't think so, bro. I got you, bro. I'm just giving my opinion.
I don't think so. Your opinion is wrong. No plan.
Right? Government knows that crypto is the next one up to compete with stocks, and they want full control to get their fair share. That's a really good point. Even though it's small now, they know what the potential is, right?
Yeah, but I think that's only certain legislation coming out. But I still don't see that as being. I don't think the platform is big enough yet It will be eventually, but not yet.
The reason why I disagree that, like, yeah, we may not be big enough, but I think that they are looking. Crypto gets a lot of attention nowadays, right? And the fact that the president, our current president, has already issued an order to look into crypto and regulating crypto, that means it's on their radar. It's already there. You know what I mean? Like, it's already on the political agenda. It's on some level. It's there. Yeah. It's an order to regulate crypto, right? That being said, I think that it wouldn't be too far-fetched to believe that a candidate that comes in a year from now, when they actually start campaigning, right, to focus, not it be the main focus, but to have it part of an agenda, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
To me, I just think the demographic for voters isn't young enough yet, or hasn't turned enough yet for them to care enough about crypto. That's where mine comes from.
I would see that point. I would see that point that, but that's not to say it. I think you're missing my point. I'm not saying the person who wins or the person who's going to be the top candidate was successful. I'm saying it won't surprise me. It won't surprise me for it to be a part of the agenda of politicians nowadays. And it's not just presidential elections. I'm talking about governors, mayors, even down to the smallest electors, right? It won't surprise me for them to be talking about crypto. Now, it probably won't make it to the presidential level, but it wouldn't surprise me for it to be on multiple people's mouths, right? The people who wins office don't know about crypto. LOL. It'll be somebody young and loose, but at least bring it to people to spark curiosity. Again, I to your point is the same point I would give to Justin. The same point I gave to Justin Jones. We remember this show, Justin.
That's fine. I'll eat my words if I have to, but I just think right now that the demographic is too small for them to really care about putting that into their agenda.
Yeah, I think when crypto lobbyists, which they have already, right?
Yes, they do.
Start spending money, they will all open up their pockets to represent in order to gain favor and votes. Exactly.
That's true.
Crypto is an industry. Like, you can act like, and I'm not saying you can act like it's small, but people have made tons of money from crypto. I'm not just looking at like people make enough money. They may not make enough money to move markets, but they can move politician pockets.
Okay, wait. But one thing that you guys aren't thinking about, though, when it comes to this, is it's banks versus crypto, right? Because a lot of banks, as much as they talk about crypto and they say blah 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 whatever, they don't like crypto. Let's be honest, they do not want crypto in banks. Most of them don't, and they have much deeper pockets than all the other lobbyists. I promise you that. And if you think that they're gonna let go for now, yes.
Banks don't like crypto, but they like money more, right? Yeah. The reason why I say that statement, wait, hold on. The reason why I say that statement is because banks may not like crypto, but they understand that there's money to be made in crypto. So if that being the case, who's to say that the lobbyists, you're gonna have banks that be like, nah, man, we ain't messing with crypto. But we read a story just last week that 90% of worldwide banks are looking into digital currencies. They may not like this version of crypto, but they want their own version of crypto, right? That's still bullish for crypto. Is my point.
But I think it looks different, right? Like, I think their version of crypto is much more lucrative for them and way less lucrative for us, right? Like, we are in the lucrative time when crypto is the wild, wild west. Because when they get their hands on crypto, they gonna make sure they win, and they gonna make sure we lose, and that's the difference.
But that's where I go back to. One, you're agreeing with me. That's number one. Yep, number two, slightly. I go back to my original point, which is you can't beat them. You can only follow what they do. They can't hide it. They can't hide it from us, right? No matter what they do, whenever they do decide to do it, if they say no more Bitcoin, no more ETH, if you want crypto, you buy this. Okay, be the first person to buy that. Because guess what? Even if they do that, there's still going to be 95% of people out there that still have no idea what that is and will be reluctant to buy it. But for us, we still will be early. We still win, at our level, right? Whatever that looks like, I think we still win because we will be in the know, and 95% of the other people will still be thinking, man, nah, we ain't messing with crypto. But we're going to recognize the right crypto when it comes. That's my point.
might be a fair point. We're getting way off topic, so
Yeah, my bad. The last time we heard something get talked as much as crypto was the internet, and look how that blew up. And in necessity, and the one that took us there was Google, right? Anybody over 40 needs to be out of the government. Bunch of old folks. I think there definitely needs to be an age limit for sure.
I agree, or term limit.
No one thought Sleepy Joe would talk about letting people out of jail for weed charges either, but they know they don't have any other cards. Yeah, and he talked about crypto regulations. I mean, it wasn't the way that we wanted him to talk about it, but he did. Yeah, it will take years for younger politicians to be there to regulate. The old politicians don't know shit about crypto and NFTs. Y'all missing my point. Our 80-year-old president is wanting regulations on cryptocurrency. Exactly. He's talking about it. He knows it's lucrative. Exactly. They know that there's money to be made there. You do know banks have been investing in crypto for a while now, secretly. Yes, it's not a secret.
But they want control of crypto, which is not this crypto.
They don't want this version of crypto.
They don't want it.
They want to make it so maybe 3 cryptos survive out of this entire thing. Let's keep it a buck. They want Bitcoin and they might want Ethereum. Everything else, they don't want. Right?
Maybe
will it survive? I'm just saying. If you're looking at the grand scale, none of the big boys is thinking about XRP. They not. they not. They thinking about Bitcoin. They think about Ethereum. Beyond that, they're like maybe. Nice
XRP
dump on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Nicely though.
They did. Bell didn't like cell phones till they got their infrastructure in place to dominate a part of the market and services. Banks are no different. Exactly.
What's Bell?
The phone company.
The phone company called Bell?
Lord Jesus. Alexander Graham Bell. Have you ever heard of history?
Oh, Alexander Graham Bell.
No,
okay.
But the company used to be called Bell, like AT&T.
What was this in like the 90s, 50s, 60s? Jesus.
This mofo just showed his age, y'all.
Anyway,
all right, old folks got to do what young folks won't. Step it up.
By the time the government, your wheelchair.
Hold on, Justin. I gotta get through these so I can get to the video. You keep cutting me off, bro.
I'm sorry.
We only got 50 minutes, man. Damn.
Go, hurry up.
He cut me off. By the time the government control, I'll be in Puerto Rico, not paying capital gains, right? They want the 3 cryptos they've been getting bags of already, right? Still trying to get the youngins to register to vote. Exactly. They want Ripple's tech used in XRP, though. Yeah, they do. All right, let's move on real quick. We'll jump into Coinbase, and then we got to go over here and jump into this story. Coinbase receives... No, this isn't the one. Here we go. I wanted to go to this one. Google joins hands with Coinbase to accept crypto for its cloud services. Now, we already know how large Google is, so we know that this is a big deal. Through its recent collaboration, Google demonstrates its support for cryptocurrencies. Crypto adoption has been on the rise among global nations. Several industries giants are also tapping into the potential of Web3. Earlier this year, the team at Google unveiled that they were building a team to provide services for blockchain developers. The tech giant previously held pessimistic views of the cryptocurrency sector since it would not allow crypto advertisements on its platform. Google, however, disclosed in June of last year that it was revisiting the policy and would start to enable them. Earlier this year, the Google Cloud division also disclosed that it was assembling a team to assist its clients in meeting their cryptocurrency needs. The business said that it was investigating how clients might pay with cryptocurrencies. Google stated on Tuesday that it would tie up with Coinbase to allow crypto payments for cloud services. Speaking on the latest deal via a textual commentary to Watcher Guru, the CMO and board member of MetaFi ecosystem, Choice.com, says partnerships of this nature are beginning to surface in the cryptocurrency and Web3 worlds. In order to solidify and push a cross-beneficial integration of crypto and mainstream tech and finance industries, such as collaborations, must be done, and we can expect tons of this in the next couple of years. Google plans to let users pay with crypto in early 2023. Look, we can read this all day. Only thing you need to know is one word: mother effing bullish. I guess that was like 2 words, but this is huge because Google, we all know, is one of the largest companies in the entire world. If they are becoming bullish on crypto, trust me when I tell you, Google has deeper pockets than some banks. So what does that tell you about bullish crypto news? Trust me when I tell you, Coinbase, to me, just solidified they're not going nowhere. Number one, because that tells me I'm doing the right thing by constantly buying in my Ethereum Coinbase. People say you shouldn't have Coinbase. I like Coinbase. Sue me, bro. But at the same time, this particular news just shows that everybody, even the large players in the space, are starting to be very, very interested in crypto and Web3. If they're interested, these are whales. This is the definition of a whale. What did we say in our last segment? Follow what the whales do. If they're interested, you should be interested. If they're interested in Web3 and NFTs and the crypto space, you should be interested in Web3s in the crypto space. Because why? You have an opportunity to get it now and get it early before they turn it into something that's worth way more money. Do I know which one exactly that's going to be worth? I don't know. All I can tell you is start following information like this, because this is the type of information that can put you ahead of your brother, your sister, your mama, your cousin, your auntie, et cetera, right? So those are my thoughts real quick. Justin, what you got?
Let's go ahead. That video is long, so I think you covered it fine. Let's go ahead and go to the video.
All right, cool. So that being said, Justin is basically letting you guys know that I was right. He don't want to give his comments on the Google situation because he know I'll paint him in a corner. That being said, that's what it was called. That's what it was called. Bail South, Demario. Yes, that's it. That's the original.
First off, I didn't disagree with anything that you said anyway. It's just that the video is like 30 minutes long.
No, it is, but I'm gonna skip through it. That being said, guys, we're gonna jump right into this video because I think this is very important information for all you guys to know out there. This was a kind of like a town hall type deal. The FTX founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, spoke. I don't want to play his version, but I wanted to jump right into the information where they talk about crypto, they talk about Web3, and they talk about DeFi. And I found it very interesting. So I posted it on my Twitter page, and I wanted to make sure that I played it in the shop because, again, I always believe that knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better off you'll be. So let's just jump right into this video. We'll do some commentary and then maybe talk about it right after. So strap in, guys, get comfortable. Let's enjoy this. Let me know if you can hear it.
Seen a crypto winter before, and lived one. How do those data that we've seen, how do they compare to what you've experienced, both in earlier iterations and obviously from your perch now, Brevin?
Yeah, so this crypto winter to me is pretty different than the last one. So the last one on the trading side in January of 2018, it was pretty clear that we had a problem. All of the big ARBs from the back half of 2017 were gone. Prop trading firms had entered the space and had really brought prices across various assets in line. And then it took until about the third quarter of 2018 to see that on the venture side. We didn't really know we were in a proper bear market until about that time, which is why on the slides you see that uptick in deals from 2017 to 2018. This time, it's quite different. While we saw some fragility at the growth stages in mid-Feb and March, we thought that was primarily related to the global macro environment and what was happening with tech stocks. And then, as Robert noted, you hit May 9th, Terra depegs, and it's like you've gone from one realm to an entirely different realm. And it was just a violent repricing across all stages, all the way down to pre-seed, so quite different. And then from there, we have some cascading, unprecedented events, which were spoken about earlier. You've got, the total disappearance of the 7th and 10th crypto assets. 60 billion goes away with them. 2 trillion in market value comes off. You have bankruptcies with Voyager, Celsius, and Three Arrows. It's kind of remarkable, I think, a little bit that Bitcoin and Ethereum have held up the way they have. But it was very
Talked about that in the shop.
Much more abrupt than the last one, I would say.
Scarier?
Yeah. I mean, I never worried like that
cameraman
crypto was
needs
going
work.
away, but it was definitely scarier because you have, institutions that you thought had better risk management than what it turned out they had. So we had a lot of, these were not crypto problems per se. They were bad risk management problems and some fraud mixed in.
So, MC, I think that particularly at your perch, you'll appreciate that one of the, I guess, distinguishing features of this crypto winter as compared to the last, and maybe taking cue from Colleen's statement, is the existence of DeFi in and of itself. What does crypto winter mean for DeFi? Does it mean something different for DeFi as compared to other nooks and crannies of the crypto ecosystem?
Well, as you said, this crypto winter has been different in that DeFi does exist. And frankly, I think it's been a validation of DeFi. So just a quick reminder for those in the audience, DeFi or decentralized financial services are essentially protocols.
DeFi is here.
Some form of decentralized governance or may operate in a decentralized technical architecture. So they may be self-executing smart contracts on a blockchain that don't require or depend on human operation. So in the same way that the Bitcoin blockchain, Satoshi Nakamoto is unknown to the world and it continues to operate. So the Uniswap protocol, which allows people to swap any two crypto assets for each other. So the Uniswap protocol can operate even if the core team that invented it and built it goes away. And what we saw for the past year, as all the events that Colleen was describing happened, was that the big challenges were, as she said, traditional risk management challenges, that they were often organizations that had centralized risk management functions, centralized liquidity management, that were not engaging in the practices that are well known in traditional financial services to be critical in stewarding people's assets. And so in contrast, in DeFi, you have full transparency as to what's happening to your assets, whether you're an individual and retail trader and investor or a large scale institution. And so I think that over the past 6 to 9 months, what we saw was that these protocols really held up. And so now in crypto winter, the challenge is to focus on building.
You heard it here first. The challenge in crypto, specifically DeFi, now that we've gotten through or we're in that crypto winter, right? We're proven our validation. Our validation was transparency in DeFi, which is what we hold our hats on in DeFi. Now that we've proven that that is a key factor, the challenge now is building. So for all those DeFi projects out there that are listening, all those projects in the space, continue to build, you will win.
And using this time of less frenzy in the market and less enthusiasm around specific crypto assets to instead make those services available to more people. So today, it's still too hard to use DeFi. There's too many points of friction in the user experience. It's too complicated to explain how they work. We in the industry haven't done a great job of explaining why the ability to hold your own assets or the ability to swap in transparent and reliable infrastructure like I described is any different or better. And so I think the opportunity in crypto winter for companies like Uniswap Labs and others in DeFi is to make it easier to use those services and to better explain.
Enter Clear Cryptos, right? The objective of Clear Cryptos is to make DeFi easier, make it more acceptable. She said it right there, right? The challenge now is to try to bring in basically those investors that have no idea. The institutions have done a horrible job of explaining what crypto is, what DeFi is. One, because 90% of them don't understand it. They don't get it, right? The challenge is going to be during this winter, who can build, who can make sure that they can get out here and get in front of all of those users that have no idea what crypto is and how to use it and explain it to them the best way that they can.
And why they have advantages in reducing systemic risk, in reducing other kinds of market risks that otherwise are replicated in the centralized financial infrastructure that we saw really suffer over the past 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, we're going to have later a panel that really tries to get to some of those issues that you raised, looking at what contagion and systemic risk looks like, and what parts of the financial system, TradFi or other, can contribute to that risk. But I think I'll just keep along on the pricing and an investment sort of theme for the moment before we return to it. And Lily, you are the quant's quant, to say the very least. Also hilarious on Twitter. But when you go about trying to gauge risk and to think about what's important, when investing, right? What kinds of metrics do you think are important when trying to quantify, risk or opportunity in crypto markets?
So it's very interesting. We actually were talking about this right before the panel on the lack of industry accepted as well as regulatory accepted metrics and frameworks for understanding risk. And previously, before I did, on the investment side, I was more on the corporate credit risk side. So a lot of the issues we've seen this year in the crypto markets are pretty well paralleled by what has occurred in the traditional markets previously. I think the long running joke is it's almost like the ants discovered space travel, that they just speed ran the history of the traditional financial markets in like 10 years. So a big downward pressure we saw, especially in May, was that all of these institutional players had hidden exposures to counterparties that were now either functionally insolvent, as we saw unfortunately with Three Arrow, Voyager, Celsius, or they were pretty badly damaged by the blowup of Terra, in the Luna ecosystem. So one of the downward pressures on valuations now is just a lack of leverage. You saw massive delevering in the May period, where not only on the visible space, so if you look on the exchanges, of course, when you look at perpetuals, you saw significant negative funding as people went on the short side. That's kind of dying off because it hasn't been as prolific and profitable over the past month or two. But on the institutional level, a lot of these larger players, the Genesises, the Galaxies, have pulled back a lot of their leverage that they've lended to these counterparties. I joked on Twitter, especially when I was still working in corporate credit, that this would be a fantastic year to start understanding risk in crypto. We then saw the blowup of Wonderland in the January period, which kind of was the harbinger of what would come much more painfully later, that during a bull market, risk is completely discounted. You see not only on the venture side, funding of teams without proper due diligence, but even on the institutional or on the lending side, that a lot of these players that were considered the blue chips or the central.
Side note, this is why it is so important during a bear market to do your education, to educate yourself. So when the bull market gets here, what she's basically saying is risk doesn't really matter as much during a bear market. I mean, during a bull market, because people were throwing darts during a bear market at the wall and basically everything was sticking. So nobody learned shit. Nobody understood exactly how to trade markets, exactly how to get in, get out, and lower your risk per investment. That's kind of what she's speaking on right here. So
players in the crypto markets were not managing their loan books properly. They were generating fantastic yields because the markets were full of dumb money. And if you could do
markets were full of dumb money. They're talking about us. Retail investors are considered dumb money. Institutional investors are considered smart money. So when they say dumb money, they're talking about us.
It's a cash and carry and get, let's say, 10%, then of course you can provide to your depositors 10%. But what about when the market turns? There wasn't enough understanding, and part of that comes from the relatively short history of the crypto markets, but part of that also just came from pure greed.
There it is. Period, point blank. People were uneducated and then they got greedy. So when the market turned bearish, nobody knew what to do. Everybody was like, oh, it'll go back up. It'll go back up, because that's what they were used to. Take this time, educate yourselves. Join the Discord if you're interested. $35 a month, linked in the description down below. But that being said, I'm still going to be here to educate you guys for free. So stuff like this is important to pay attention to, man.
So I must say that I actually did not expect so many things to sound so lawyerly coming from this panel on risk and opportunity. I feel special, and I hope my law school students who are watching do as well. Right now, the last couple of comments that I've been trying to get into was to ask those sort of metric-related questions, whether or not you're looking at liquidity, whether or not you're looking at the positions of different parties and counterparties in different kinds of markets. But again, risk management seems to be the overwhelming theme. But MC, I'll try to put you on the spot as well to ask you about metrics. When you look at a DeFi project, what kinds of things should an institutional investor be?
Now, this part is important, so pay attention, guys.
Looking at, when trying to gauge the likelihood of success or failure in a project, what are the metrics that tend to rise to the top of your list?
Well, I can tell you the one that I think is most misunderstood and the least important, particularly in automated market making, which is total value locked. So when people talk about the size, the metrics in DeFi, the size of the market overall, they often like to talk about the total value locked in some of the protocols. And that means either collateral in the case of a lending protocol or liquidity, capital that's available to provide, to make markets in an automated market maker. And at least in the case of automated market making, the technology is getting more efficient. And so it's really not the best metric. You want to have less total value locked for more kind of total volume of swapping. So I think that's one that's still kind of a little bit misunderstood. For an investor looking at whether to invest, I think it depends whether you're looking to use a protocol for your own capital, so to be a lender or a borrower, or whether you're looking to invest in the project itself and in its associated token. For tokens, every token has different tokenomics. So I think a couple important things to look at are the distribution of ownership of that token. So how broadly at the outset are the set of people who are invested in its success. The broader, frankly, probably the better. User communities and broad distribution of ownership is part of what has driven some of the success of some of the layer ones, and also some of the breadth of participation in Uniswap, for example. Another key thing to look at is, of course, users. So many of these projects are very small. They're not set up like corporations with big marketing teams. And so usage tends to happen somewhat organically. And so looking at the initial usage is pretty important. The different lending protocols or options protocols, all are pretty specific. So to be honest, I don't think it's really helpful to generalize across and say that there's specific metrics that you can think about to look at all of them. I will say there's one thing that we're doing now to do token safety warnings that we're going to launch actually tomorrow on Uniswap. And these will be sort of red, yellow, green kind of warning labels that indicate a level of risk associated with the token. And we had like a highly technical team of many quants and many people with PhDs working on this. But at the high level, what they measure are a couple things. One is some of that distribution of ownership. Two is the frequency, some of the volatility of the price, some of the likelihood that there are rug pulls, which are essentially when people push up the price and then pull their assets or pull liquidity and leave people holding the bag, so to speak. So there's a couple of different things you can look at, but I think those are some of them. And then the last thing I'll say on metrics overall, just to get back to your point on crypto winter and what's different. I mean, a lot of the usage of DeFi has tracked the market, has tracked ETH pretty consistently. So Ether, the token associated with Ethereum, the price of Ether is still, frankly, a pretty good indicator of usage of DeFi protocols and the size of the markets participating in them, overall lending or swapping. So I'm hopeful that over the next couple of years, we'll see that diversify more. But so far, that's still proven a pretty overall useful indicator in the size of the market.
So Ether is the Apple of I guess crypto markets. Colleen, how closely does that track to you? I mean, number one, a couple of things that just popped into my mind. A couple of PhDs used to track the distribution of ownership is just sort of, again, for a securities lawyer, sort of tingles your spidey sense because you're thinking, oh wow, like. Oh, sorry, you broke up. Sorry.
I just want to correct that. The distribution of ownership, so when you say tickles your spidey sense as a securities lawyer, it's not that it's hard to find the distribution of ownership. That's something that's actually quite transparent and easy to see. And that's an example where I think having these publicly available protocols is helpful. You can have that kind of real-time disclosure. What I said we had several PhDs for is coming up with the many different kinds of factors that might drive risk. And that's no different than in any financial organization. So I just want to be really clear, Chris. It's not that finding distribution of ownership is so hard. It requires a PhD.
Don't worry, MC. I totally had your back there. I was going to go into the public ledger part. I've written on disclosure and also the transparency available in open public blockchains. But where I was going to go was to say that other aspects, and this is something that Mike Su had mentioned early on, of that ecosystem are a little bit harder to be able to engage and figure out if you're not an institutional investor and if you're not a sophisticated investor. Colleen, with that in mind, when you think about those metrics, number one, do any of those metrics sound right to you? I guess most of them do. Are there any other kinds of metrics that you think are really useful? And then are there any kinds of metrics that you think maybe a little bit harder for the non-geniuses to be able to access, that you think about when you think about the larger evolution and scaling of the space?
Yeah, so everything Lily and MC said, we definitely use when we're looking at investing in the space, all of these metrics. But sometimes where PhDs are unhelpful is you also have to think that memes are fundamentals in crypto. So there's a whole nother area that models just aren't built for right now. And part of that is because of the heavy retail participation in this space. So an example would be, let's say that we need to value an NFT representing a piece of metaverse land. Well, what are the factors you would put into your model? I would probably want to know what ecosystem is that metaverse in, what type of liquidity does that ecosystem have, what kind of infrastructure has been built up, what do the customers look like? I'd want to know how many people can visit my property in that land in the metaverse in one instance, 100 or 1 million. It's probably more valuable if it's 1 million. I'm going to want to know, who is that property by? Is it next door to Snoop Dogg? Maybe it's more valuable. So, I think you get my point that these models aren't here yet. So it's just a completely new scheme. That said, when you're looking at early stage venture, it really is quite similar to traditional venture, except when you get into also having a token. So some of our investments are pure equity, some of our investments are pure tokens, and some of them are equity where you have token warrants. And again, there's no models for this. You really have to think through, where's value going to accrue, to the equity, to the token, how's that going to work? And all of that is still really unsettled.
Lily,
Now, if this doesn't tell you how early you are in the crypto, I think this lady works for Uniswap or is somewhere in that whole realm, because she talked about things that Uniswap are coming out with tomorrow or whatever. If they don't know, we are early. We are super early. This thing is still being developed. It's still being transformed. But you saw some of the metrics that they're looking for when they look at NFTs. They look at metaverses, things that they would look for as institutional investors, what they would be looking to see. How do you create value, basically, right? How does your metaverse, how does your user base, what does your user base look like? What kind of property am I purchasing, and why would I purchase this property? When institutional investors come in here, those rug pool type projects are going to disappear. Why? Because they have no use case that they can clearly define on paper. That's why it's important for projects to have white papers, basically a paper that shows what your brand is, like what exactly you're doing. Shout out to BTFA, right? I shouted out Clear Cryptos earlier. Shout out to BTFA. And if you look at this video further, I'll put the link to it in the comment section. There actually is a section at the second part of this video you're not going to watch, but they talk about the gaming industry as well. And then shout out to WAGME. I actually dropped this video in the WAGME Telegram group because I was like, look, man, you guys need to watch this just to kind of understand exactly where they're looking at. They're looking at the gaming industry as being one of the number one industries moving forward and adopting crypto. They talk about that in the second half of this video. Like I said, we're not going to watch that part because this is a 5-hour video, by the way. So I strongly suggest you don't watch the whole thing unless you just got a lot of time. But
I know you have some additional thoughts here, but I also wanted to challenge you beyond the metrics question to also give us a little bit more about how do you price not only the value proposition, whether or not you're close to Snoop Dogg, that has to mean something, metaverse or otherwise, but also regulatory risk.
Yeah, that's a big one, and accounting risk, definitely. Regulatory ambiguity and accounting are pretty significant barriers, I'd say, to institutional adoption of a lot of these DeFi protocols, as well as liquidity concerns. Given the retail dominance, there are a couple large players like a Uniswap or an Aave, which have enough deep liquidity that they can be part of a traditional, let's say, prop firm's systematic process, or even on an institutional level. There's been some pretty major wins recently with a MakerDAO and Compound, working with these traditional financial players for fairly sizable loans. But the issue is it has a very long tail distribution in the sense that a lot of this liquidity is captured by these large protocols with significant drops once you get out of the top 10, top 20, down to maybe 500,000 of TVL. And I actually joke when you mentioned TVL that total value locked is great because it's neither total nor value nor locked, in the sense that a lot of these metrics, and we saw this pretty painfully in the 2020, 2021 bull run and the ensuing bear market we're in, is that a lot of these valuation metrics are extremely price reflexive, in the sense that everything looks fantastic when price is going up. People are trying to gain airdrops. You see a lot of users, you see a lot of, however you want to slice it, TVL, daily active users, monthly active users, messages, social media, all of those look phenomenal when people are being paid to use your product. That doesn't mean to say that a lot of these protocols haven't achieved like actual market fit. I mean, Uniswap, for example, was the original large AMM, as well as, Aave was it and still is.
She must work for Uniswap.
I think by far the largest lending protocol. But that said, on the long tail, a lot of these different protocols that raised and looked phenomenal during the bull market did not achieve product market fit and saw their user base pretty significantly dwindle and have a good chance of actually dying out completely due to the token price not achieving expectations. Once people weren't paid to use it anymore, was it actually worth it? Another one goes back to your point about memes, in the sense that, especially in the 2020-21 period, as well as this 2017 and 2018 period, the crypto markets were highly, volatile and looking for the next narrative, essentially. So you saw the scaling and massive bull run on Alt-L1s last year, for example, going into the early part of this year, before that DeFi summer. And if you kind of look at these markets as a giant hot bowl of money, to borrow, the 2008 period in traditional markets, then the success of one of these narratives meant the diminishing of another one of these narratives. So in the bull run periods, of course, you see that there's still inflows of actual dollars into the crypto ecosystem. But as that dwindled due to the ensuing bear market, it became very much, to borrow a crypto term, player versus player, in the sense that are Alt-L1s doing well, then metaverse is no longer the hot category, and you see a drop in usage there. So when you consider the actual fundamentals of a lot of these projects, you need to understand what are the actual sticky users, have they actually achieved product market fit, versus who's kind of, like myself, will be mercenary liquidity. Are you here for a good time, or are you here for a long time?
All right, well.
How many times have we heard that?
We're already starting to run out, but we have a little bit of flexibility with the break. So I'm going to ask you guys, all three of you, the same question, starting with Colleen, which is, we've seen some differences in crypto winter. Whenever crypto spring comes, do you expect to see any other differences in terms of how that's going to play out, or what it would look like as compared to previous crypto springs?
For sure. I think Robert's slides were telling here in terms of what people are investing in now, and a common theme is infrastructure and games. I'll stick with games because I think it's more fun. So really quick, we've got 1 in every 3 people.
You're muted.
Okay, so I lied. This is the information that I think WagMe should pay attention to, because I shout out WagMe, I shout out gaming, because this particular segment has to do with the gaming industry. So everybody is invested in WagMe. You might want to pay attention to what she has to say in regards to the gaming industry. So
globally is a gamer. You have 81% of Gen Z playing games. You should assume that every single baby born every day, so 140 million people annually, will be a gamer. 75% of kids, United States, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada play Roblox aged 9 through 12. The market's just massive. And when you add crypto to it, it really accelerates.
I didn't do that.
it's what games can do. So I think Crypto Spring, and we see a lot of this under development right now, we're going to see some fabulous games.
Very well. I like to play. Lily?
Yeah, to add that, I mean, there's a lot of L1s that seem to cater more to the gaming side. I mean, one of the biggest roadblocks on Ethereum, although, you know, there has been efforts by their developer community to kind of reduce the gas prices and make it more horizontally scalable. But, you know, Avalanche, I believe, is a pretty strong game community, as well as, if I remember, I think there's a couple on Polygon as well, too.
Polygon,
I
Gala,
do think on the
Avalanche,
infrastructure side, you know,
Sandbox.
kind of a catch-22 here in that infrastructure, by definition, presumes the existence of a strong product market fit in other categories. Going back to the analogy of the 1850 period in California, you know, with a gold rush, you could sell shovels and make a lot of money to the miners, but if the mines close, then so does your shovel business. So I do think that, you know, one of the things I'm most excited about personally is better support for deep liquidity and liquidity sharing across a lot of these DeFi protocols. I do think DeFi, once there is more regulatory and taxation clarity, you will see more interest on the institutional side, just fundamentally from my own experience, as well as looking at it compared to the traditional financial setup. There are a lot fewer barriers here, and it lends to a lot of interesting workflows, as well as you see a lot of progress in the design space with automated market makers, you know, some like Primitive. One interesting one I remember actually is built on a combination of Uniswap and Maker called Gelato or Oasis app, that you see a lot of this interesting designs, and, you know, people from traditional finance may kind of like roll their eyes here, but this ground in this new market is really a good experimentation ground for new financial products. Or, you know, another one was the Power Perpetuals from Paradigm that are now live on Open. That's something that is a derivative product that is pretty novel compared to what you see in traditional markets.
MC, Spring? Will it look different?
Hey, hold up. Shout out to my man Cool and Chris. Hey, listen, this chick right here is a straight up DJ. She know exactly how to get us excited because she's saying all the right things, and it makes so much sense. It's what we've been trying to say in the shop, and, you know, not just in the shop, but, you know, a lot of us YouTubers out there, we do our research, we pay attention to what's happening, and this market is so early, and I'm telling you, institutional investors are licking their chops to get in. They just want to know what's the angle. See, they're not just going to DGen into something. They're going to figure it out. They're going to understand it, and then they're going to invest accordingly. So just be on the lookout for some of these moves, man. Let's finish up with this last part.
Then before,
I think so.
Yeah.
From different springs, or what do we think is most exciting in the
No,
spring?
whenever the crypto spring to come, whenever it comes, do you think it will look any different from crypto springs that we've seen before?
I think we learned a lot about some of the risks. I know we've talked about market risk, but also there's a handful of technical and security risks that have been exposed and made all the more acute in the past few months. And so we have a small effort to invest in other crypto protocols and companies, and we've invested in a number that are trying to make crypto safer. And so that includes everything from companies that help scan for spam NFTs so that you are less likely to have phishing attacks through your wallet, to companies that are trying to hedge what's called impermanent loss. So I think I'm really excited about companies that are going after clear, acute problems that will make it easier for more and more people to participate, whether they're institutions who have to address some compliance concerns, or retail investors who don't have the bandwidth to be managing investments day to day, or who are concerned about technical risks. So I'm definitely optimistic that Crypto Spring will feel a lot more user friendly, perhaps, than even the most recent bull market.
All right, well, this was a wonderful panel.
Listen.
A very
Hey, look, we ain't even gonna turn the music on for this. Justin, I know you know why. I know you know why I was sitting over here shaking my head and licking my chops. I know you know why, right? Because everything she's saying sounds very, very similar to a project that we have been working with for months now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like this, everything that she's saying, man, guys, I can't give you what's under the hood. I'm gonna just tell you, go back and listen, rewind the show, and figure out what she was saying. But everything that she's saying is very, very similar to the pitch of a company that me and Justin are very, very familiar with. That being said, we'll jump right over here into DeFi, and we'll start with I don't know, Clear Cryptos. Why not? But guys, one thing you should take away from this particular video that we just shared with you is that we are early. For those people that might not have stayed throughout the thing, go back and watch this, man. This is very, very important information. When I tell you I was blown away when I was watching this, I had it playing in the background. I was working and I was just listening. I was just like, dude, people need to hear this. So I posted it on Twitter, but I know people just see links and they see how many times you post and they might not check it out. So I was like, you know what, Jay, we're going to play this on the show, man, because at least we can keep the shop informed and let them know what the larger institutions are looking at. Like, these people may not be the larger institutions, but I guarantee that they're tied in and they have an idea of what they're looking for and what they're doing. And everything that they're saying sounds exactly like a particular company that we've been working with under the hood. So, Justin, your thoughts on the video, man? What's your feedback?
Oh man, there's so much to unpack in that entire video. And like you said, I think everybody should go back and rewatch that segment. It was a little long, right? But there was a lot of gold in there that I think everybody can take away from. One thing that I was keying in on was you have to be able to distinguish the information between us and what they were talking about for them and companies, right? Because when she's talking about the bull market and she's talking about what is it? What am I thinking about right now? I don't know why I just drew a blank. Risk management. That's the first thing she hit on, was risk management. And the thing about risk management is it's great for us, and especially in a bull market, to have risk management. It's even more important to have risk management in a bull market. But the risk management she was talking about was those crypto lenders and those other institutions that didn't have any risk management at all and just were like, it's going to keep going up. And those companies,
3AC, Voyager, Celsius,
those companies are now out, right? We don't have to worry about them anymore. And now that this has happened, these businesses are going to grow from that, and they're not going to make that same mistake again. So now we're having more trusted companies come into the space that are aware of the pitfalls that happened during this bear market. So it leads to a stronger crypto market altogether. Now, the other thing that I keyed in on was the fact of the crypto winter, crypto spring, crypto summer, whatever you want to call it. But these phases of crypto also come with phases of what coins are going to be hot. They're saying that gaming is going to be hot. So it might be a good idea to look into gaming, because that might be the next run. It might not be the Shiba Inu that people are so high on right now. It might not be whatever you're on. You need to go to the industry that is going to run, because Shiba Inu and meme coins, they may run in the future and it might be their season again, but they're not predicting it to be their season coming out of the winter. So it may be good just to hedge your bet and start, getting a little bag here and there. Not financial advice, but look, gaming is a huge industry. I don't care what anybody says. It's probably one of the biggest industries in the United States of America. Everybody plays games at least at some point in your life, right? So why not at least hedge your bet and get a piece of the pie? And there are so many opportunities for gaming out there. And then the other thing that she talked about, which I thought was really interesting, was Ethereum and its role in swaps. There are so many other companies that have their swaps and, have their pairings that they will diversify eventually. So getting into them now while they're still young and haven't caught up to Ethereum yet might be a good play, because that diversity is really what institutions want to see. They don't want to see ETH just be the big dog. They want to see Solana come in there and give them that competition. So that's just one example, but there's others, obviously.
Exactly. And I shout out to my man Zach, man, because this dude is always pushing Gala. He's always pushing like all of these big time gaming plays, right, in crypto, right? Get you some of the WAGMI, get you some of the DeFi stuff too, but hedge your bet, diversify, man, because all that told me was she knows something we don't know. She was spitting out facts like she had been in board meetings all week talking about this, right? Like talking about what the next thing is going to be. And like Justin says, it might not be what everybody think it's going to be. It may not be memes, because nobody saw memes coming. They came out of the blue, right? But the next spring run or whatever it is, right? It wouldn't surprise me if that comes from, a different industry. So that makes a lot of sense in that situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, man, go back and watch the video. I pinned it to the top of the chat, guys. definitely go and put it in your repertoire. Watch it in segments. Go through it, comb through it, because it's got a lot of gems in there. Even toward the end, there's another panel that comes on after. There's like a long pause, or they went on break or something, and then they came back. But the next panel got even more deep into DeFi and crypto. And those are the things that you want to be able to pay attention to, so you can kind of, at least, if you don't believe everything they're saying, take little snippets from it, right? That's part of doing the research, right? So, but yeah, that being said, let's get into some clear cryptos, man. You guys know the spiel. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We've talked about this on numerous occasions. Like I said, guys, definitely go ahead and check out the Discord while they're giving away 50,000. But this project is on the way. You've seen that they have the audit done. Looks really good. The Skynet has been enabled. The silver badge is on there for the KYC. There's more coming under the hood. And listen, go back and listen to that segment, because everything that she was saying is very, very similar to what this project is trying to bring to the space. So I just want to make sure that I try to educate you guys on every aspect of DeFi, stocks, options, because it's so much money out here to be made. And if you don't learn how to make it, you're just going to be in the same position year after year, and you're going to find yourself on Twitter complaining and playing in the drama world, playing in the mud with the pigs, and you're going to get your ass muddy too. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys stay clean and stay knowledgeable, so that you can make money, as opposed to talking about other people making money and wondering if they're dumping on your head. You know what I mean? Don't be wondering if somebody's dumping on your head. Try to be the person that's dumping, because I don't care who you are. If you're selling, you dumping on somebody. That's how the market is. The market is a place where buyers and sellers come to agree on a price. You're either a buyer or you're a seller. So if you want to call a seller a dumper and a buyer exit liquidity, find out how not to be exit liquidity. Find out how to be a dumper out of the pump and dumps, right? If that's how y'all want to analyze it, call it whatever you want. Understanding markets is very key to success in any market you go into. Because if that's the case, some people got dumped on today. Remember this guy? This was a pump and dump. If you want to call everybody pump and dumps, right? This is the S&P 500. Somebody got dumped on right here. Better yet, somebody got dumped on right here, and they couldn't even do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like this was a pre-market dump, and you couldn't even sell this. The market's open, and this is a gap down. You couldn't do nothing about this. You opened up, and not only were you down right here, you got even further down here. This was the institution's version of a pump and dump, guys. Understand that the people that say this pump and dump stuff, I genuinely feel like they're very, very immature investors, because unless you're dealing with somebody, now I'm gonna preface my statements by say, unless you're dealing with like these rug pull type situations and all that stuff, you have a decision to make, right? You have to do your own research, and then you buy, and then you decide when you want to sell, or else you will be exit liquidity. What do you think these people were? This is the S&P 500. Somebody was exit liquidity right here. Somebody was exiting their position, and somebody was losing money on their position. Now, they might be better off tomorrow, but we'll see. The difference between this and DeFi, however, is there's so much liquidity pumping through this thing that you might make your money back, as long as you're not playing options. If you're playing shares, you'll make your money back at some point, right? So that was my little spiel real quick on the pump and dump situation. I did want to go into some comments. Let me get this music back because I don't want to hear it. So, all right, so comments. What happened to Cowboy Sean? His videos are all gone. You have to ask Cowboy Sean, Shilton. I'm not going to speak on another man's situation. I do work on Clear Cryptos, and he was or is on the team. I don't know his situation. I don't talk to him personally every single day, but if you would like to know, maybe reach out to him, man. I'm sure he'd be willing to talk to you. So that's what I'll say about that. But thank you for asking, Shilton, if you were asking for a genuine situation. Hopefully I won't see this, screenshotted or played on somebody's video later. But let's go, Gallo. What's going on, Demario? My brain is popping like an American gangster when Denzel heard about pure dope coming from overseas at a cheap price on TV. Dang. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, man. What's up? PYR has been blowing up this week. Vulcan, Forge did well before hot again. Yeah, man. And again, I'm not calling it a gaming market. I'm just saying diversify. Be diversified, but then be educated. That video right there, I haven't seen a lot of people share it. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. But I played it here because I wanted to educate you guys. I wanted to say, hey, look, there's some information you might want to see. So do what you want with the information. It's out there now. So, all right, C-Boy, LOL. People will miss on Gala. Better to add now. Agreed. Man, thank you for playing this video because I've been telling people not to sleep on gaming. Folks need to know what's next. Exactly, man. Step your game up. I bought Gala at all-time highs. I surely like it with 3 zeros, 100%. I try to tell people about crypto and gaming when Engine Coin was on Fortnite. Yep. I bought Gala and got dumped on. I was exit liquidity. I think gamblers and investors got mixed up on crypto world, and us investors were dumped by the gamblers, but now we know the difference. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. Like, I think we all learned from the bull market, right? I even learned, right? I was in day trading and, was making money, but I started learning when I met Justin, and not met him, but when we started talking about the markets, we started really digging into why we were making money, why we were losing money, why we were making money. And once we started to fully understand it, we understood that we held a skill that not many people had in DeFi. And that's why we started the crypto shop, to try to educate you guys on things like this. So I thought 2022 was going to be the year of the game, but bear market. However, buying gaming cryptos now is the play. Yeah, I asked in the CC Discord, but nobody answered me. It's all good, Shilton. I mean, maybe they want to keep it confidential. Maybe it's not something they want to speak on because it's his personal business. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's not information they want to share with the public, and that's okay. That's not everything that happens with these companies, or with Banana Task Force 8, with Clear Cryptos, WagMe, whatever it is. If things change, they're not entitled to tell you, right? The norm is that they tell you, because this is DeFi and people think transparency is key. But transparency refers to the blockchain, right? It refers to knowing movements of the liquidity, all that other type of stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean transparency in all manners of the project. So just understand that, man. For whatever reason, right now he hasn't said anything, and Clear Cryptos hasn't said anything to address the situation. So right now, if they choose to in the future, they will 100%. BTFA or say, Tama, I'm keeping my freaking BTFA, baby boy. You better quit. I don't even know. That's not even a comparison, in my opinion. But let's jump into some BTFA news while we're on the subject. We'll go over here, drop this down. BTFA is in the middle of their mint. I believe they're up to over 4,300 mints, or 4,200. Yeah, 4,242 last I checked over here. But if we jump into Twitter over here, there was some information that came out that I wanted to share with you guys. First and foremost, shout out to them for being the Banana Task Force 8 Genesis Rarity ranking is live. So Rarity Sniper is live. This will also be accessible on their website once they update that information as well. Storytelling NFTs with passive reward utilities designed by Marvel artist Fabrice Sapolsky. So just show us your apes in the comment. I'm sure people going crazy over that. But this is the big news on the day, right? Congratulations to the lucky ape that minted $20,000 Squid 101. Please message us to claim your bounty. Now, note, this is important because these little notes be coming out on Twitter and people don't pay attention to them. So if you are the winner of the 101, or the winner of the 101, tell him he or she must claim, need to be confirmed within 7 days, and you will have to fill out a W2G form. That's basically stating that BTFA will not be responsible for the taxes of your lottery winnings, right? That being said, 10-18%, somewhere around there on $20,000 that you paid $100 and something for, I think it's a fair deal. So shout out to them, congratulations to them. But remember, there's still 2 BTFA 101 NFTs that have a bounty of 17,500 remaining. This one being 10,000, this one being 7,500. If I meant Kane the Conqueror, boy, I'm gonna brag so hard. But that being said, in order to get it, you got to be a minter, right? Right now, the price to mint is 0.1 Ethereum. And as we scroll over here to Ethereum, it looks like the price is $12.75, which means instead of $130, the price kind of just went down to $127 per mint, give or take, including gas fees. So you're kind of getting a discount right now because of the market conditions. But Banana Task Force 8 is working with a ton of freaking projects this week, right? So Rarity Tools is obviously one of the not partnerships, but it's one of the advances in BTFA. But there will be some huge Twitter spaces that I'll be announcing on the show tomorrow throughout the rest of the week. BTFA has a ton of big Twitter spaces and with some of the larger Web3 communities, which I'm excited to announce that we are going to be working really, really closely with some of the big names over in that space. I know Dogecoin Writer, he's a big NFT guy. He's got over 428,000 subscribers on Twitter. He's one of our brand ambassadors as of now. Oh, I'm sorry, 487,000 followers on Twitter. And we just did a Twitter space with him the other day. Pretty darn bullish. Definitely go check him out. Give him a follow him over there. And yeah, he'll be tweeting about BTFA as well. These NFTs, I can't say any more about how cool they are. CoinMerge actually was in my DMs today too, so we'll see what that's about. But yeah, tomorrow there will be a Twitter space with CoinMerge. They have selected BTFA as one of the projects that they will be covering. Koala's pick. Koala is a very large influencer on Twitter as well. I think over 100,000 followers on Twitter. But we'll be in that space tomorrow at 6 p.m. I will be speaking, so come over there and show some love, BTFA fam. I appreciate I said ape. I was about to say I appreciate ape and every last one of y'all, but I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Yes. And Kane has not been minted yet. I've been watching over here on my phone because if you're in the Telegram, if you haven't joined the Swing Dow Telegram yet, speaking of Swing Dow, I got to cover that too. See, Swing Dow over here, Swing_Dow. They're trying. Their token will be live October 17th. That's when the official token will be done. Audit, KYC docs, 3 centralized exchanges after the launch. Tier 1 rumors, obviously, depending on how the NFT sales go, I think we should be able to deliver. So that being said, October 17th, the token will be completely live. The market cap and or price has not been announced as of yet. That being said, to all my Bandex BTFA holders, I hope you have migrated to this point. Please don't be the person that @s me on Twitter saying, hey, bro, how do I migrate my tokens? Somebody hit me with that yesterday. I was just like, or no, they didn't add me with that. They added me with like, hey, can I still, get my tokens out of the Bandex Diamond Vault? I'm like, no, not without penalty. You're not going to get those. You're not going to get those rewarded tokens because they put this out weeks ago. And I announced it on the channel. I talked about it everywhere I possibly could. I don't know what else to do to get the information out there. Like we put out Medium articles, we put it in the white paper, we did everything, and people still, just like we knew they would, came to us and said, hey, can I still unstake? Yeah, I mean you can, but you're not gonna get all your tokens. You're just gonna get what you put in. So, all right. That being said, can you help? TaylorCom 2011 says, can you help me with a put for QQQ under 259 on the 7th that expires on the 17th? What do you need help with? TaylorCom, are you in the Discord, TaylorCom? TaylorCom, if you want me to help you out, kind of walk you through it, you can join the Discord, man. It's only $35 a month. We can not only help you with that particular option, right? I mean, I can just tell you, it's not that hard. Look, if you want to know, for Robinhood, you go into the app, right? You click on the particular stock you want to trade, right? Which is QQQ. Once you click on stock, you hit the trade button in the bottom right corner. Once you click on the trade button, you'll see 2 options that come up, and one will say trade options, right? You select trade options. You click at the very top right where it says put. It'll say put or call. You select put, and then you go to the date that you want, which is October 17th. October 17th, you will see a list. Actually, you do date first and then put, and then you'll see a list of all of the puts that are available for October 17th. You select the particular put that you want. It won't execute right now, obviously, because the market's closed, but tomorrow morning, that's how you'll select the put. So go back and watch this video tomorrow morning and you're good. But if you're interested,
wait. He said it's his first put. Is this your first option ever? Just answer that for me. Is this your first option ever? Yeah, and John, I sent you I didn't send it. Check Discord. I charted Immutable X for you, but it's on Discord, just so you know.
Yeah. And then TaylorCom, if this is your first put, that means it's probably your first option. If this is your first option, please, please, please don't be playing options based on the information you're seeing on the crypto shop. That is an absolute, that is a wrong way to trade. The absolute wrong way to trade. I would strongly advise $35 well spent, in my opinion, or don't listen to me. Talk to the people that's actually into the Discord. $35 a month. Come into the Discord, man. Let us help you out. Right? Let us walk you through technical analysis. Let us walk you through trading options, come to the VC so we can actually talk to you face to face, or just VC, video. It don't got to be a video call, just voice chat, right? We can talk to you and kind of help you out through this options trading thing, because options is a very volatile and very dangerous thing to play with if you're just doing it based off, well, Hobbs is saying that the market is tanking, Justin is saying the market is tanking, I'm gonna play a put, because the market can do other type of things, and if you have no idea what you're looking for, you can get wrecked. So again, not financial advice. I'm just, I'm trying to help you out, but I don't want to get you wrecked, man. So what's up, people? How y'all doing? What's going on, Shy Kings? Thank you for stopping by. That's why you have to stay in crypto so you don't miss out 100%. It's my first put. Ooh. Yeah, but I read the chart and it's going to be in the money after Thursday news. There's no way.
That's not true.
There's no way that you could know that. I don't know that. Justin doesn't know that. Anybody that tells you they knows that, they're lying. There's no way that you could know that.
Look, here's what I was gonna say. If you have Discord, or matter of fact, if you have Twitter, follow me. I'll follow you back. DM me. I'll set up a Discord with you. Like if you have Discord, and I'll show you how to do it. That way you don't mess yourself up, because I remember the first time I played options, and I damn sure remember the first time that I went the wrong way when I was supposed to. So if you really feel like that's going to work, I will personally help you so you know what you're doing, so you don't make a mistake. But I do highly suggest that you join the Discord, and then we can go through everything. That way, you don't mess up, and, you can get the full benefit, because $35 will save you, if you're, I don't even know, $249. I mean, let me just look real fast, just because I'm curious. Go ahead, Hobbs, keep going. I'm going to look and see how much a $249 is out of the money right now.
Oh, he's trying to play a 249?
Yeah,
or 259, 259
or whatever, 259. I want to see how far that is out.
$261, I think. I looked it up earlier, I think. But yeah, so yeah, man, we're not trying to force you or pressure you into the Discord. Like I said, Justin's willing to help you offline. I'm willing to help you offline. But again, if you want to learn more on a consistent basis, I think the Discord would be a very good option for you if you're looking to play options to the downside or to the upside. I think that, what we provide in the Discord has been very valuable to the members that are in there consistently, headed to the VCs and trying to learn. We are not a Discord that's going to tell you what play to play, when to play it, when to get out. We're not that Discord. We're the Discord is going to teach you how to fish, so you can continue to get fish, right? We're not going to tell you, hey man, we brought you a bunch of fish, make sure you get one before everybody else get them. It's not what we're going to do. We're not a quote unquote pump and dump Discord. That's not what we do. We are an educational Discord, and we plan to continue to build an educational platform within our Discord to help people learn how to fish. So, yeah, you got to know how to close your option out if you're in the money. Exactly. This is important to close as a winner, 100%. C-Boy. Definitely. C-Boy know what's up. He been in the Discord.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Just at me on Twitter or whatever. You can at me on Twitter or whatever
snap.
you do.
Hold on.
What happened?
Well, man, is this Reed? Yeah, it is Reed. Reed just posted his gift. Hold on, guys. I gotta pull this up. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Did Reed win the Squid Games?
Nah. Reed didn't win the Squid Games. Give me 1 second. Let me minimize this over here, and then go into. Dang, there's so many chats that I'm in. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who you telling?
All right, let me bring this over here. Boom. Shout out to my man Reed.
Oh, he got the PS5.
PS5 has entered the building. Oh, let me go back to the thing here. All right, there we go. Shout out to my man Reed. His PS5 has arrived. He said that I'd like to personally thank Sway, the entire BTFA team, and Hobbs. Let's go. Receive my PS5 for winning a contest on Hobbs' channel. Nobody delivers like the BTFA team. So excited. Sincere thanks again. Hey, congratulations, Reed, man. Definitely look out for when I finally get my PS5 out of storage, because we got to link up and play some games online or something so we can piss Justin off, because he can't play. But I don't think he plays PS5. I think he plays like computer games or something.
Yeah, I do have a PC. I don't have a PS5, but I don't have time to play games, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, he don't have time to play games.
I
you
don't.
Can make time to video games.
I can't. I got too much stuff going on.
$1,000 on Saitama or we do BTC, Little Classic Sheep, XRP. Look, I can tell you my opinion. My opinion is $1,000 on Saitama or anything else. I would pick anything else. Damn near. I would rather put $1,000 into a live new pairs that I've done somewhat of a little research on before I put $1,000 into Saitama. That's just because, one, I don't trust the team. Two, I just don't trust the team. That's basically all it boils down to. I don't trust the team whatsoever, and no, thank you. So
you might as well either just burn that $1,000 or spend it on cocaine if you're gonna put it in Saitama. Your money would be worth $1,000 there.
I don't want to invest. I don't like to support people's drug habits. Okay, I'm an anti-drug person in this family. So if that man is snorting coke with my damn investment, I don't want to support his cocaine habits. That's just my thoughts, on the situation. So those are my thoughts, man. That's pretty much the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I didn't bore you guys. It didn't look like we lost too many people when we were going through the shop. Actually, when we were going through that video, it seems like we actually gained more people. So maybe you guys are more interested in that type of information than I thought. I'm just kidding. I know y'all are interested in that stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today, man. That's a couple 8 balls. Wait on the real dip first, right?
The real dip of Saitama? That dip party is still going on.
I think he's referring to the rest of the.
Oh, BTC ETH. Oh, there's more dips for Saitama if you want to wait on the real one.
Yeah. But tomorrow, guys, remember. Well, Justin, go ahead and give your final thoughts, and then I'll give mine, good sir.
Okay, well, just steal yours. Tomorrow, remember the simple meeting minutes. Those are coming out tomorrow, just so y'all know. 2:30 p.m. EST. So there's that. And the market is going to react one way or the other. We don't know yet, but we'll see. And then after that, the next day we have CPI data, which I believe comes out at 8:30 a.m. EST. So that's pre-market. So if you're trading futures, which probably none of you are, then you're not gonna be able to make that dip or rip. But we'll see what happens there. Remember that with CPI data, the thing that you should be looking at is core CPI, right? Because that's what the Fed really looks at, and the projections aren't looking too good for core CPI. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy finish to this week, and then next week we have all the tech stocks reporting. But other than that, man, I think this was great. I think this was one of the most enlightening shows when it came to DeFi and just in the space in general. Oh, not to mention that we had 2 women dropping knowledge, which in and of itself is also awesome because the ladies came and they represented hard.
Yeah, they came bombs. With it. They came with it.
Shout out to them for the information because they're right. Crypto's coming in waves, and you got to learn to ride whatever wave is next. Even if you don't believe in the wave that's coming, that's how you make money, and you got to follow these institutions because they're going to be here, and they made that pretty clear and evident. But yeah, that's all I got. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Look, Justin said all my points. Shout out to him. Shout out to my man that said if I had $1,000, I'm just going. I know where I'm putting it in clear cryptos. That's dope.
BD.
Yeah. Shout out to BD. So all I gotta say, man, is be safe out there. Try to educate yourselves, even if it's not through the Discord. Find a book, pick up something. Take this time to learn the markets. So when this bull rally does start, you guys are more and more prepared for it. Tune in tomorrow for the Crypto Shop. We will be live from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time as per usual. That being said, guys, that guy over there is Jay Seals. My name is T. Hobbs. This is the Crypto Shop. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.